Hello and welcome to Crafty Nana Dawn. I'm Dawn and I'm so happy that you're here today. If you like this video, could you please give me a thumbs up? Also, I'd love it if you would subscribe. I've included a supply list here and down below. So we're going to get started, and what we're going to start with is the rolling pin sign that the Dollar Tree had in their fall selection. And we're going to start by prepping it. And what I did to prep this was I just lightly sanded it with my finger sander just to make sure that everything was nice and smooth. When I was done with this one, I moved on to the other sign. And the way I prepped the other sign was I took my heat gun just to help me loosen the glue of that paper, and I scraped the top layer off. There was still a layer left on my particular sign, so what I did is I took my squirt bottle with water in it and wet it down, let it sit for a little bit, and then scraped it completely off. If you watched my fall video, I used this same technique to clean one of the pumpkins off. So if you want more detailed instructions on that, you can go look at that video. Once I had all of my pieces prepped, I then took a can of gesso spray and I spray painted them front, back, and sides. You could also use white chalk paint to prep this. I just happened to have this gesso spray and I thought I'd give it a try. The next thing we're going to do is take our red paint and we're going to completely paint that. It took 3 coats, and I also painted the handles of the rolling pin. Now if you don't want the red, you could also do green or whatever colors that you like. Once I had all of my red done, I went ahead and I painted my surface white on the rolling pin. Even though I prepped it with white, you still want to go ahead and paint it with white. And then I cut out my wording on on my Cricut maker and put that down on my the red little sign. I put the spirits bright because that's the bottom part. After I pull off my tape there, you just want to run your finger over it and make sure that it's all adhered. And then I took the white paint and I just took a makeup sponge and I just pounced up and down on the spirits bright because I wanted the letters to be white. I also take that white and I do the sides too, so that the green will show better. I thought if I did it with just the green, I wouldn't get as vibrant of a green. So that's why I stenciled it white first. And then we're just going to peel it off, carefully peel it off. And this came out so nice. I love this vinyl stuff that I got got from Amazon. I do have that listed below. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other sign. We'll take our transfer tape and put that over it and then put it onto our rolling pin. And because this is already white, we don't have to do any prep work for the sides. And then I took the red paint and I put the baking in, and then the same color we're going to use for our gingerbread, I painted those gingerbread men in. Now I took a white gel pen to add the eyes and the little squiggly lines on there. For this gingerbread man, I cut that out also on my Cricut and then just stenciled it in the brown and used my white gel pen. It really wasn't showing that well, so I ended up having to go all the way around it with the gel pen. The link for this gingerbread pattern is listed in the description box. So you want to download this pattern and then bring it into your Cricut design space. And I'm showing you how we're going to do that. I am not an expert at this by any means. So this is just how I do it. After I get it in there, then I just start to take my eraser and I'm going to erase the parts that I don't want, because I want this to be dimensional. So I'm just going to erase around the hand, the holly leaves, the bowl, and the feet. Once I have this all erased, I will then push the agree and continue, which is going to bring up another screen, and then I'm going to push cut image, and then I'm going to highlight that and upload that image onto my my mat. For the rest of it, I'm going to follow the same steps, except I'm not going to erase it all. I'm just going to erase some of the feet. And then I'm going to select both and size that to the way I want it. I cut this out on chipboard, and I used 2 pieces of chipboard and I glued them together so that it would be thicker. And then I took the gesso and I sprayed that. I also printed, because it does print and cut, I just printed the gingerbread man the same size that I cut him out. And then I'm just going to trace with a piece of tracing paper over that image. I'm going to trace out the detail on this. And I didn't need to trace the whole image. I just traced the outside of the hat so I would know how to position it. And then I just want to know where my lines are. And I, for the hat and the mouth, the eyes, you can do whichever ones you want. That was all I needed. I did not have any graphite paper, so I just took a pencil and kind of colored that on the back side of this, and then lightly traced just the hat part is what I need for this right now. And then I'm going to take my brown cinnamon paint, folk art cinnamon paint, and I'm going to paint the base of my gingerbread man. So everything that's the gingerbread man gets this brown color, and I believe it took 2 coats. And then I'm going to paint the hat white, and the bowl and the holly leaves. I took my green and I put a little bit of white in it to make a little bit of a lighter green, and painted those, because when we start highlighting, we're going to use the regular green to be able to use that color for highlighting. Then we're just going to paint the spoon, and everything's just getting base coated right now. Once everything's dry, I'm going to start putting my lines in for where I want the neck to be, the face, the nose, and then the details on the hat. We're going to take the bowl, and for that bowl, you're going to take the same color as a gingerbread man and paint that in. Now here, as you can see, for this, I want to start over so that you can get this. First of all, I should be starting with clean water. So I should have changed my water out. Then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to wet it with the water. Take and pat it once on both sides on that paper towel. Dip just a corner into the paint, and then on my palette, and this palette is from Dollar Tree, it has a slick surface, I'm going to work that brush so that the paint goes across the brush, so that the darker, the side with the paint on it that we dipped is going to be darker, and it's going to give me a gradual lightening as we go. And I'm going to go along all of the outside edges of my gingerbread man with this. And then I'm going to also do underneath the hat with this darker color. And the color I'm using, I think, is that burnt umber color. So again, dip your paintbrush in. Pat it once on both sides on the paper towel. Take your brush and just dip the corner into the paint, and then work that out on your palette by taking it and stroking it. You're not going to go back and forth, you're just going to go one way. and then take it onto your gingerbread man, the outside edges, wherever you want there to be a shadow, we're going to apply this. So I go all the way around the hand. I'm also going to go just on the bottom part of that, the stuff that's in the bowl, underneath the neck, around the arms, and then on the sides where his body is. If you don't want to do the shadowing, you don't have to. I've included a picture of what the gingerbread man looks without the shadowing. I just really like the shadowing. I think it really gives it some dimension. So I chose to do that. If you're of a certain age, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say it's an old toll painting technique. Okay, what I'm doing here is I took that brown and I mixed some white into it, the gingerbread brown, the cinnamon color, and I'm just stippling just the middle part. Just wanted to give it a little bit of highlight in the middle. And then I'm going to continue by doing my shadowing. Now for the hat, I'm using the same color that we used on the wooden spoon to shadow the hat. And now I'm going to just take my Sharpie pen and I'm going to start adding in my lines. Now in hindsight, I would skip this step right now because we still have to stipple the cheeks in, and I forgot to do that part. So then I had to go back over it again with my pen. So I took the red paint and mixed a little bit of pink in it, but I think it looks better with just the red. So I would just go with the red cheeks, and then I just stippled that onto where the cheeks are. Now for the wooden spoon, what I highlighted this with was also with that burnt umber. And then I took some white paint and I just kind of made a little bit of marks in the middle so that it looked like it was that middle of the bowl where that gingerbread stuff is a little bit frothy or something. I don't know. And now we're going to start with our pen work by taking our Sharpie, and I'm going to pen in where my mouth is, and then I'm going to go around all my lines, just the lines where we put the shadows. Okay, next we're going to take our pen and we're just going to start putting some lines around our gingerbread man by putting little hash lines and then a squiggly line, hash line, squiggly line. And we're going to go all the way around the gingerbread man, the spoon, the hat, the bowl, just all of our pieces. It just I really like doing this. I think it gives it some really cute little character. It really helps to bring that piece out and brings it to life. So we're just going to keep doing this. Next, what I'm doing here is, what am I? Oh, I'm putting the eyes on. That's what I'm doing. So you're going to take the end of your paintbrush and you're going to dip it into some black paint, and then you're going to go right from the black paint onto your piece, onto the gingerbread man. And now we're going to let that dry and continue with our pen work. Let me know down below in the comment section if you're enjoying this, because if you like this, then I'll do more videos like this. I really enjoy the painting part. I think this helps bring your piece up a notch and makes it look like something you would have gotten at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or one of the big box stores. As I was gabbing, what I did was the same thing we did for the eyes. I dipped the end of my paintbrush in to add the green and the red dot to his chest. And then I took a stylus and dipped it into white paint to add the highlights to the eyes, and my gel pen to add the little highlights to his cheeks. Apparently I forgot to shadow the holly leaf, so that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm just going to dip my pen pen, my paintbrush, into the red paint and add the holly berries. This is Novo White, Novo Drops, and it's in white. And I'm going to add my paint to this. You could also use the Tulip dimensional paint for this. And I'm just going to add my little frosting white squiggly lines to each of the hands, and then on the bottom of each of the feet. Isn't he so cute? I think he's coming out so adorable. And I'm also going to add it on the bottom of the stomach. You want to make sure that you do your little squiggly line there. And then we will just start gluing him together, and we're done. Oh, I also did put a coat of matte acrylic spray on this, clear spray, to seal it. So you would want to do that after you're all done. This is what it would look like if you don't do the shading. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate everyone. And if you like this, let me know in the comments and I'll do some more. Hopefully my voiceover will be better next time. I'm having a heck of a time with this today. This is probably the 50th time I've done this voiceover, so I'm not redoing it again. So I hope you all have a good evening, and thank you. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Again, let me know that you've enjoyed this video, and here are your close-ups. Bye.